What up, Corey Neese here in Tucson, showing you guys the beautiful background, the mountains, gorgeous, clouds out that way, amazing time of year here in southern Arizona. If you're tuning in for the first time, you never heard of me, my name is Corey Neese. What up, also known as Coach Corey 3 over on the Twitter world. I'm a coach. I work from home. Been at it now for actually 3 years. Since January 2015, I've been full time. Dropped in my 2-week notice out of nowhere, December 2015, and just like that, I was full time and had to figure my way out how to do it. Went through some real struggles. The whole journey, the process, about 2017, actually living out of my car at one point. Crazy times. And I want to tell you guys some secrets, all right? Some tips out here on my walk tonight. Getting in a little exercise. 3 key, free, weird secrets that will help you 2019 make money, all right? So for you replay viewers, I know that you guys who watch me, my background, I'm in the home business, internet marketing, MLM, direct sales space. That's the niche that and there's so many niches that you can work from. That's where I operate from. So just so you guys know, I have my humble beginnings in 2013, the summer of, where I started studying guys like, Tim Irway, which a lot of you guys probably don't know, Mark Hoverson, who passed away a few months back, Mike Dillard, Ben Settle, Ray Higdon. There's so many guys that I've studied at the beginning of my career that are more in that home business, MLM, direct sales. So my knowledge kind of comes from that niche. I don't do the whole Shopify e-commerce stuff. Or the YouTuber generic stuff. I'm coming from that place, all right? And if you're in that space, definitely watch this, all right? Because there's 3 key ideas I want to go over. And the other thing is, it made me think, what is the one silver lining all of those people I just said have in common? What is it that the richest, most successful marketers have in common? And really every successful person, not just this niche, but especially this niche, what is it? And the answer to that question is, they invested in themselves, all right, by investing in others. They invested in their business by outsourcing work to other people. They invested in coaches, copywriters, marketers, experts, right? That is what they did to explode, right? To win, to succeed. Guys like Mike Dillard in the MLM space, that guy was like in his late 20s, 30s when he made like $20 million online. And the way that he did it was, a massive part of it was, investing in himself, learning copywriting, learning skill sets, having people. He hired out people that were the best in the world at what they did, and he got winning sales letters, right? So he sold a book and he made millions and millions of dollars with this little funded proposal. So that's his story. And it's the same deal with all these other guys. Tim Irway, Ray Higdon, Mark Hoverson, all these guys. When I've always watched them and studied them, they've always been like, yeah, I studied Jim Rohn. I listened to Zig Ziglar. I went through Brian Tracy. I went through all these master's courses. I looked through at Grant Cardone and T. Harv Eker. So the key is to invest, right? To invest in yourself by investing in others. That's how you're going to invest back into yourself. That's how you're going to be able to succeed, is when you learn from others. Because this concept, like the notion of self-made, is not really accurate, all right? It doesn't actually exist. There's nobody from start to finish in their career who's actually completely self-made. It just does not exist at all. That might be holding you back. The reason I titled it that might be holding you back, because that's very connected to one's ego, right? The way we think of ourselves can really hold, It's going to benefit you in a way, if you don't call it ego. But our ego, the way we think of ourselves sometimes, or things got to be a certain way, your ego, you'll sabotage yourself because you think that, oh, I got to do it all myself. And I used to think this way. More so before I invested in a coach and whatnot. And I've been through so many programs that have taught me. I've learned copy, I've learned I've learned how to do all kinds of stuff, a jack of all trades, which is actually good to have starting out. All right, but anyway, stay on topic. I've invested in myself because I know this self-made man is not a real concept. Everybody that's successful has invested or had help from somebody else in the past. That's just, point blank. That's just the truth. So if you have this idea that you're going to make it on your own, I hate to break it to you, but you're not. You're going to have to get help from somebody else. Hey, there's my coach, my girlfriend, partner, beloved Rebecca. Thank you for joining. I know I got some bikers behind me coming up in a second. Let me get off over here. It's a wee bit loud. So you need to, teamwork. That's what investing is. And you need to invest in yourself. That's the point I'm saying. So, that's going to be the key. Without it, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to learn quick enough. Your learning curve is going to be huge. You won't break through if you don't invest in yourself. A lot of you guys are working, a lot of you guys have kids and you can't quit. You can't actually quit the way I did. I just basically quit, like I jumped out of a helicopter and figured out my way to succeed on the way down. That's what I did. A lot of you can't take a giant, pretty stupid risk like I did because you can't, afford others to suffer. I was in a spot, I had more, safety net or whatever, Yeah, Rebecca said she did that too. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's how I think of an entrepreneur, a real entrepreneur, whether you're in this space or you're like an Elon Musk, which, is nothing compared to what we do. But, we do nothing compared to what, like, those guys kind of do. But it's someone that jumps out of a helicopter and figures out how to succeed on your way down. Meaning, you like risk. You go for risk. You take chances. You face challenges and obstacles head on. That's the only way that that you're gonna win. So you need to have, number one, let me get into the tips. It's already been 8 minutes. I'm just kind of ranting, but this is good stuff because self-made is not real. Everybody is teamwork made, together made, whatever you want to call it. So you need direction. That's tip number one. Tip number one. You need direction. Jumps out of a spaceship and he figures it out on the way down. Exactly. If you look at those guys, if you actually study those guys, as Richard Branson, Elon Musk, those guys, they have unbelievable, risk. They got so much responsibility over the lives of millions of people. And, that's, we're not talking about that level of entrepreneurship. Like, we're talking about, getting over your basic fear, getting on camera like this, learning some copywriting, learning some storytelling. Like, that's pretty basic stuff. Like eventually you got to get over yourself. Like, if you got those fears, I feel for you, and sometimes you need a kick in the butt after it's been so long. All right. But anyway, there's certain keys to success to get over those fears, right? So it's not just, hey, go do it. I understand, there's always something we're going through in life, right? So I understand if you're shy. I understand if you don't know how to talk, like if you don't know how to speak like on camera, all right, or be influential. But that's why you need to do number one, which is direction, is coaching. So get a coach if you're watching this. Get a coach like myself, like Rebecca. I've invested in her. She's invested in me. We work together. We do all kinds of teamwork together stuff. She coaches. She outsources work to me. I grow clients' followers like magic and automate their content. So they don't have to spend any time to do that hard stuff because, believe it or not, sometimes just getting stuff up is hard. Just getting tweets out, just getting followers, just doing a few basic things. It's like, for whatever reason, we don't have time. We don't know how to do it. We have all these excuses, and there's all these other things in life, and then you just never get around to doing it, right? And then if you don't do, those 2 blogs, and then 10, and then that leads to 1,000, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get the numbers, and it's not going to get you success. So you need to just get started, however it takes, whether you do it or you outsource. So the second thing is audience. I'll just get into it, all right? It's been a minute. I'm about to head back. Beautiful sunset out here. So audience, all right? Number 2, if you want to make money, you need people to sell to. Pretty straightforward, right? But believe it or not, that's weird because probably in a job or your background, you're not aware of that. You might not think that, I actually need to have a following in order to make sales. Like you need an email list or a Twitter following or whatever. And if you actually, I study around and I see some of the best email copy marketers in the world. And a lot of these guys saying social media is the new email. So we all knew this years ago because those guys were, millions of subscribers, making millions, buying Rolls Royces. So they didn't need to do social media. All right. But now they are. Like guys like Frank Kern, I'm talking about specifically. Now he's saying social media is getting him better returns, because this is all free. This is a free video ad that I'm doing right now with my link. All right, which I'll get to that offer in a second. So, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, he, it's a massive email marketer who's now focused on social media. So to me, the fastest way is Twitter. And I actually learned that from a guy, Mike Dillard, and I think his name was Perry Belcher or something like that. It was something Perry. They said Twitter is the fastest way to grow your social network on planet Earth. It was in a word for word training course that I went through 3 years ago or something like that. So, yes, can you do it on Insta and Facebook and all these other places? You find your strengths, but you won't know it unless you got a coach that can tell you what your strengths are. So that's the thing. So in the meantime, get something guaranteed that I know is guaranteed to work better than any other strategy, and that's Twitter. The follow for follow, basic approach. Follow more people, you're going to get more followers. Do that consistently. I know some secrets. I know some things about timing. I'll do it for you. I'll get you 400 followers in this offer. And the last, before I let you go, the third thing, because I know Rebecca, she got some awesome coaching. She got offers too. Appreciate your support, Rebecca. So let's go a quick review before I do the third. So number 1, you need to have direction, which is coaching. And number 2, you need to have an audience, which is followers. Number 3 is going to definitely be, promotions. You need to promote yourself, or if you don't know how, get over cold. If you don't know how, outsource somebody to do it for you. I can do videos like this, documentation videos where I tell your story. Sorry, I got some in my throat. Excuse me. There. I'm back. I've done a lot of videos online. I've done over 1,200. You can see sometimes I get a cough. Sometimes, you get a bug or you get something in your throat. I don't let anything stop me. I just keep going. I'm committed. I'm on a mission to help you guys. If this interests you, reach out to me. Because I got a special tonight where I'll get you followers, videos, and coaching. I gotta go. See ya.